We can be brave. We can be brave because we're filled with love from the bottom of God's heart. We can be brave. We can be brave.
Hello and welcome to this year's Vacation Bible School. You might remember my name is Mr. DuPont, and remember that I play the piano in church, so that's where I'm probably most familiar to you guys. I'm here today to read a story to you. It's a famous story or a parable that Jesus told to his disciples about a father and his two sons. And then, of course, the theme for the Bible school is compassion. And we know that compassion is considering another person's feelings and what they might be going through and showing kindness to them as we respect their feelings. So as I read the story to you today, keep in mind some of the feelings that the two sons and the father might be feeling during this time, and then we will discuss that at the end of the story. So it goes like this. Jesus told this parable to his disciples. There was once a man who had two sons. The younger brother greedily demanded his inheritance, turned his back on his family, and left them for a faraway city. He wasted all the money he took from his family. Soon he became needy and hungry. Even though he felt ashamed, he decided to return home, hoping his father might welcome him back. His father was waiting for him, and when he saw him in the distance, he was filled with compassion. He ran out to his son and threw his arms around him. He was so happy that he was alive. The father got a big dinner together with the best food and drink to give thanks for his son's safe return. Meanwhile, the older brother came in from the fields, tired from working hard all day. When he heard the music and dancing, he became very angry and refused to go in. His father went to the older brother to persuade him to come, but he said, "I've listened to you and worked hard for you all these years, and you've never given me a party. My brother comes home after wasting all his money, and you throw him a huge party." His father said to him, "Son, I love you. You know that what is mine is yours. But people matter more than possessions. We thought we lost your brother from our family, but he's home. Come to the table and celebrate with us." So we probably heard that story before, lots of times in church. It's a very popular story. But let's think about for a minute, in the area of compassion, what each person might have been going through. Let's think of the younger brother, for instance. We don't know why he left, why he demanded his inheritance. But maybe if we try to put ourselves in his shoes, maybe he was thinking that what he did at the farm didn't matter because the older brother was there taking care of things. So he wanted to go out on his own, and he demanded what was his so he could do that. And along the way, he spent all of his money doing foolish things. And sometimes we might do that as well. We might choose not to obey our parents sometimes and run out and play instead of doing our housework or something that they've asked us to do. And then all of a sudden we realize that, I maybe should have listened to what my parents said. So just like this younger brother, he spent all of his money and he was ashamed. He was homeless. He was begging for food. Sometimes like we see those people holding up signs at stoplights asking for money. So we oftentimes just drive right past those people and not think about it. But, how often do we wonder what is going on in their lives that they ended up in this spot? So maybe we compare the people out on the street to this younger brother who is coming home now without anything. So we can put ourselves in his shoes and think, gosh, I've done some silly things too, and can maybe understand what he was thinking about. And by putting ourselves in his shoes, that's showing compassion and not being angry at him, but just sort of understanding how he came to that point. And then the father, for instance, how do we show compassion for him? He understood what his younger son was feeling and gave him the inheritance. Maybe the father was a younger sibling in his family unit, and he showed compassion toward his son by going ahead and giving him his inheritance. But he was sad that his younger son left, and he waited for him every day to come back, and he finally did. And the mistakes that the younger son made was not important. He was just so happy to see him. So he welcomed him, threw his arms around him and kissed him, and loved him, and threw a big party. He was so happy that he returned. The one person in this story that's often forgotten about is the older brother. He just kind of comes in and is angry and jealous that there's a party being thrown for him, or for the younger brother, instead of him, even though he's been there all this time doing all of the work around the house without being told, around the farm. And if you're like me, I'm the oldest sibling in my family. So when I was a kid growing up, I had 3 younger brothers, and my mom entrusted me to make dinner for my brothers, lunch for my brothers every day. And, I had to do some housework and kind of keep an eye on them all summer long. And oftentimes, my mom didn't say thank you. She just kind of expected me to do that because she trusted me as the older sibling. So I can think compassionately toward the older brother, thinking, I understand where he comes from, because as the older sibling, you're often required to do things that your younger brothers and sisters don't have to do. So I guess my point in all of this is, if we think about how the other people were feeling and try to identify with that somehow, we're more easily able to understand their perspective and not think that that person is being silly or get mad at them, because we can put ourselves in their shoes and try to understand their feelings. And I think that's really what being compassionate is about, trying to understand another person's feelings and being nice to them, rather than getting mad at them because we don't understand or we think they're being silly or something. So that's our lesson for today. I hope that your Bible school studies go well this week, and that you enjoy this new format of virtual Bible school. Okay? Stay well. Take care.